This drive shows Hoosier Pass on Highway 9 between Alma or Fairplay and Breckenridge.
Hoosier Pass Summit, and all the locals are zooming past us because they don't want to get stuck behind an RV.
Those aren't locals. They're all out of towners.
Oh, they were out of towners. Beautiful area. You can see those high peaks off in the distance.
It's inside of the metal.
It's right up here. It's this guy. He's flying down. Jeremy's in third gear now, climbing up the mountain. On all days it says this is a, what did I say? 8% grade,
Yeah.
8% drop for 4 miles, and 10 mile per hour hairpin turns. So, this is not a minor pass by any means. Jeremy just about died on this coming home from skiing one time.
Yeah. Yeah. It was St. Patrick's Day. Early 2000 sometime. Yeah, this is, it can be really dicey in the winter time for sure. Sometimes it is a nice day. There's a lot of traffic up here recently. Now we're headed into Labor Day weekend, so, you know, there's going to be more traffic than sometimes, but take it easy, take it slow. There's no rush. You can always drop down into second on the way downhill.
There's a turnoff.
Beautiful, beautiful drive, really. At the top, there's the Hoosier Pass kind of viewing point where you can take some pictures, get out. Factory based out there.
Yeah, we have. We're still in third gear. You can see it says 40 mile per hour, which is what we're doing. So we're keeping up with the speed. It's on the downhill when we'll probably slow down a bit more than what they have posted.
It's a pretty wide open. I mean, you got some nice shoulders on either side. You're on the ascent. We're ascending from the Fairplay side, the Alma side. So it's some pretty good shoulders.
Although there's a bit of a drop on that shoulder. I don't know that I'd want to have to pull over on that.
Yeah, over there's a bit of a drop. Yeah, there's some turnoffs. So
Yeah.
this stuff's pretty rough. I wouldn't turn off on this stuff. You know, you're gonna get a pretty big drop, and you know, something like that. An entrance to a driveway is paved. It's probably okay, but you know, sometimes people are tempted. They get real nervous because people are on their butts and they want to be courteous, and so they move over. But you know, you get yourself into trouble. We've done that before, where you know, you get off the road and then it's super steep and like the whole rig shakes, and it's like, was it really worth us, you know, having all this inconvenience for people behind you?
Yeah, especially when we're still going the speed limit.
Right.
So, can't complain. Oh, that's right. I forgot. They're towing a tractor or something up here, so that's going to slow everybody down. You can see these beautiful peaks off to the side. I can now remember there's 4 of them that are 14ers right here, and I never remember which one's which. I think this one is Quandary, which is the only 14,000 foot mountain I've hiked. But this Breckenridge area is nice to come if you want to hike some 14ers. That's a whole other subject and a whole other video, though. About hiking the mountains in Colorado. So here's a nice pull off. You can see it's slowing down to 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, we're getting up to the pass here. We actually had our first snow, so today's September 4th, first very small amount of snow up here just in the last week. So it gives you a sense of how quick they can come. So I'm just going to go ahead and ride this down because this he's in front of us. He's going to go slow. There's just no reason to stop.
That says Continental Divide, Hoosier Pass. And so now we're heading northbound and we're going on the descent and heading into Breckenridge.
So the top of this is really where it's, the steepest, obviously, as you're coming down. And, they mark your 10-mile-an-hour turns, so they really want people to, be slowing down as they're going. Truck's going to pull off to the side here.
That's nice of him. He probably also wants to go really, really slow.
Well, the trouble with, as people that are listening, if you guys have air brakes, the trouble with the air brakes is you can run out of air on really steep passes. And so this is something that I, not a truck driver by trade, so I didn't quite understand this. But when we went over Teton Pass, even though our compressor is set to recharge when it reaches a certain low threshold, our compressor couldn't keep up because it was just so much brake. So you really want to try to downshift. You want to be in low gear. I'm in 2 right now, and really my RPMs are up at 20 to 25 when I'm going 25 miles an hour, which is exactly where I want to be. The engine starts to stall at that point. And of course we have an engine brake too, which is not really quote unquote, it's an exhaust brake, similar to a Jayco brake on this thing. But what that's doing is it's reducing the amount of airflow through your exhaust system, right? So as you reduce your airflow, you're reducing the power of the engine. That's how I understand it. And so you want to rely on that before you're pressing on your brakes, being really low gear, and just take it easy. Just take it super slow. There's just absolutely no rush. These people behind you, they got all Labor Day weekend to enjoy this time around, and there's always going to be somebody in front that's slower than you. So you creep up on somebody else that's going to be slower than you. So my logic is part of driving is that you're going to slow down traffic with your rig, and you just got to accept it. Much more important to stay safe. And as an emergency physician for 11 years, the number of crashes that I've seen because people were impatient is pretty high. And the way I look at it is we all need to be a little kinder on the road and respect one another, because it's just simply not worth a life or permanent injury. There's an old little cabin here off to the right that we always find really super cute.
Breckenridge is a fun town. Alma and Fairplay are fun towns too, and you can get more of that original Western feel to it. It's not as built up and stuff yet as a place like Breck. All right, so we're not quite done, I guess. Got a little bit left to this pass.
Yeah, this is where it kind of starts to straighten out a little bit. We're going to come down into a valley with a nice lake, and so we've, at this point, the danger is that okay, we made it through the pass, and you go up and you're in 4th or 5th gear, and now you get out of control and you can't stop. So, you never want to let your guard down. You're still going through a pass. You're through a pass pretty much all the way until the end. Don't let yourself get going too fast. For really super newbies, one tip that I, will always say is when you're coming into a turn, just put on the brakes a little bit, and that way you understand what you got coming around the turn. I think where people get surprised is they come around a turn, and we've had this frequently where it's not indicated. Here you can see that it's indicated that this is going to be a hairpin here. It's going to go essentially make a U-turn, but it's not always.
Turn right on Colorado 9.
It's not always indicated as to what the road is going to do. And so if you're not familiar with that road and you come in hot, man, you're gonna have
Turn right on
a real
Colorado
reaction to make, and that could cause an accident. So just brake, just tap on the brakes as you're coming in. Understand what you're getting into. Look over your shoulder, kind of see what the traffic's doing, and then really kind of have a good
In
sense of what you're going to be
3/4 of a
doing.
mile, turn right on Colorado 9, then turn left.
You know, we're staying on this same road. I don't know why she's yelling at us. We're on this till we hit up 70.
So this is where, you know, on the other side of this ridge, if you're ever interested in buying real estate, this is where you're going to pay twice as much. It's also where you're going to get a lot more snow. So when you're in the wintertime, you know, if you're coming from the north from I-70 south through Breckenridge and you're planning to go down 285, you're going to get a lot more snow on this side than you're going to get on the other side. The other side, you're going to have more wind. This side is a little bit more kind of protected from the wind a bit, but you also get a substantial more snow on this side. So it's
And Summit County taxes instead of
It's
Park County
ridiculous,
taxes.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Beautiful place to live, but yeah. And you know, it's busy in my mind. It's a little busy.
In
for my-
1/4 mile, turn right on Colorado 9, then turn left.
So you're still, I mean, we're still kind of finishing the pass here.
Yeah.
And still making it. We still have a couple more hairpins to go. So you just got to watch it.
Turn right on Colorado 9, then turn left.
I wish these rigs came with sensors on the brakes, on the rotors, to kind of keep track of how hot your brakes are getting. Frankly, I don't even know that they make those, but it would be nice
Turn left
as
on
you're going
Colorado
down a
9.
pass like this to really understand what your brakes are doing. What was that, girls?
Continue on Colorado 9.
And I think we're pretty much